So we've taken a trip out in the car to Meadowhall, which is like in Sheffield near us. Rangey's doing all right, still got the Rangey. And basically what it is, we've changed our camera, well our main camera. We decided to get an Osmo Pocket 3. Rachel's just getting everyone out of the car, but no, we decided to get an Osmo Pocket 3. And the thing with it is it is a great camera, but it's quite a big camera, so it's quite a big difference in size between, like, well, it's not massive, but it's kind of like a bit bigger than the original, which was very pocketable. You know, I had this like little, you know, case for my other one, which is the one that we've been using in all our videos. It's our main camera, basically, the Osmo. So I thought I'd do a bit of a comparison between the two, because we've kind of got like real world experience with the camera. You know, we've gone out and done, you know, family holiday vlogs. We've done days out and trips in it. It's been our main camera really for a while. And one of the main reasons for that is because of just how pocketable it is. And this is kind of like the size of, you know, that's its case. Obviously I'm filming on that and the other camera. But there's some significant upgrades in the Osmo Pocket 3, which has made us think that it's time to give that a go. One thing I can see now, which might not be the same in the video that actually comes out of this, is that the screen on the Osmo Pocket 3 is really, really bright. It's quite big, so you can see what you're doing more. But I've never felt like I couldn't film properly on the Osmo Pocket 1, you know, the original one. We never went for the 2 because, well, actually, we decided to buy the Osmo Pocket 1 at the same time as the 2 was out. And we'd watched loads and loads of comparison videos about the picture quality between the two. And we went for the Osmo Pocket 1 over the 2. Even though it had a tighter crop, the Osmo Pocket 3 has this, you get this microphone if you buy the bundle. So it's like a kind of wireless microphone that you can just sort of clip, or it has a magnet as well. So you can clip that, or you can, you know, put it on your shirt or whatever. So that's going to be a bit more conspicuous. Now I'm thinking about turning this off now, and because again, for me, a lot of what a camera is to capture moments. So let me just turn this one off a second and see if it switches. Yeah, so I think it will switch to using the sound on the Osmo 3 now, and the Osmo 1. Obviously I've got them side by side. But what I'd like to say is that you want a camera that you can kind of just get out and do stuff. You know, I don't really like the idea of having to connect the external mic, and my main reason for that is that it's just going to be a lot of extra stuff to get out when you need to quickly film something. But I like the idea of having it, because when we were on boats, when we were at like Buzluja, you know, which is the big sort of like UFO looking communist building in Bulgaria, the wind up in the mountain was just so much that, you know, you needed something to stop that, and, you know, you needed to deal with that wind noise. So that was a point where the Osmo just didn't really suit us in those circumstances. I could have got the GoPro out, but I like the Osmo's, you know, picture. I like the field of view and everything. So anyway, let's give it a go. But I'm probably going to turn off the external mic now, because in my mind I just want to be able to pick out a small camera, get on with it, film, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to start off with the Osmo Pocket 3. One thing I don't like is when you turn it on, you've got to like go into the face track, so you have to kind of tap on the screen and just sort of like sort it out. And that's sort of a bit, I'm sure with the Osmo Pocket 1 I just kind of turned the camera on and it just kind of worked and was where I expected it to be. Mainly because maybe I was doing it more manually, I don't know. But yeah, I just turned that on and it was pointing, the camera was pointing further down. You know, it's not a massive deal breaker or anything, it's just, it's an extra step, or whether you can set a setting to actually make that kind of, you know, not an issue, I don't know. But yeah, just a couple of times when I've turned it on, I've either had to use the joystick to kind of move it up. It's got like kind of a little joystick on it, and that's yeah, and that's realigned it a bit more to my face. But if you go and tap on face track, you know, from the left hand side of the screen, it will work. It's pretty good. Okay, so immediately I'm on the Osmo Pocket 1 again now. Immediately the face track just worked. It grabbed hold of me. I've got tilt lock enabled and everything, same as I had on the Osmo Pocket 3, and it is again doing its job. But of course it's a tighter angle, so you've got to kind of hold the camera out further, which is going to make you look like more of a prat again as you're walking around shopping mall like this. You're going to be a lot more, it's going to get you. They're more likely to come up and notice you. What do you want? Well, I'm having the kebab. They do the best kebabs ever here, don't they?
Yeah, I think she's getting a kid's sausage and chips.
And Chloe is trying to get on the camera, aren't you? Because you were like smiling at me to try and get me to put the camera this way, weren't you? Yeah, you were. Yeah. Getting bigger now, aren't you? Yeah. Almost walking now. Well, I don't know. In my mind, you're almost walking. Rachel probably say differently. Emily's walking now, aren't you? You're all walking and talking. I did accidentally put her out of the car and thought I just got confused and tried to put her in the pram, and she was like,
she was confused.
She was sat in the pram thinking, why am I sitting in a pram? But she was going along with it. She didn't say anything to me.
She will.
She didn't say a word to me as I was doing it, but my brain must have been addled. Anyway, so I'm probably going up and ordering. Right, anyway, I'm going to turn this off. I'm just going to quickly switch to the Osmo Pocket 3 so you can see what that's like deciding lunch. Okay, I have switched to the Osmo Pocket 3 now, and we are going to work out whether this is better at deciding lunch than the Osmo Pocket 1, because we were just trying to decide lunch on that. And what's the view of us deciding lunch like? Is it good? Is it boring? Well, it is boring. Chloe. It does do a good job of Chloe, definitely. Chloe, you alright, girl? Chloe, you alright? Yeah, you good? Does it do well with Emily and Rachel? Do you know, it's getting you both in shot, which the Osmo Pocket 1 doesn't normally do. So it's getting you both in the shot here, and that's really good. So it's really, the only thing I don't like about it is this case. I really don't like this case. It's too bulky, and yes, it's got like a wide angle lens in there, so you can sort of, you've got your wide angle lens, so that can sort of clip in there. That's magnetic, and you're supposed to be able to take that wide angle lens, and because it's a magnet, I think you're meant to be able to just pop it straight on the camera without actually taking the camera, turn it off or anything. So let me just take that off again. Right, so now, see, my head is sort of just about on the top of the video frame. I put this on. Yeah, it's got me a few more millimeters. Okay, so back on the Osmo Pocket 3, or still on it. We've got lunch now. You should be able to see my lunch. Just trying to see if I can get it. I think the thing is you need to control the joystick. It's trying to pick up Rachel's face. So we've got a little joystick on it. I can switch it down so you can see my kebab. So there you go, that's my kebab. It's kind of got a bit of salad, so the kebab meat is hidden, but assure you that it is an amazing kebab. Rachel's is quite cool. She's gone for a salad. She's on a bit of a health kick, although there is loads of mayonnaise on that. But she's gone for salad rather than chips, and she's got mixed meat, which I've also got as well. I'll tell you what, the chips here though are to die for. They're like, I don't know what they are, but they're really nice, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just lift, so you can pan really smoothly on this camera. So I just panned up to Emily's face, and she's got sausage and chips. She's got one of those cool old style kind of like drinks in a cup type, you know, with a little weird piercy straw, which is cool. I've got a Vimto, good old traditional British. So I want to test out these two cameras in this sort of busy setting. So on both cameras again, and let's see how it goes. Yeah, looking alright, isn't it? I'm probably going to get accosted at some point, but it's quite noisy in here as well, so maybe that's quite a good thing to do, to test out the noise. But what are we doing? We're heading down this way. Yeah, we've got to go and get some shirts, a shirt for a Christmas party type thing. But yeah, it's all working pretty good, although the Osmo is losing me again. So the Osmo in face tracking with tilt lock on is definitely struggling to keep myself in view. Normally I have it in FPV mode, but because I've got the tilt lock on, it's trying to track. So I'm going to switch it. In fact, I can't switch it. So basically you can only switch it while not recording, I think, on the Osmo Pocket 1. And you can only set it to FPV, which will mean that if I tilt the camera, it will tilt the camera, and the gimbal won't kick in and keep me in shot. So yeah, so what do you reckon, Rach? Cat's just about fit Rachel in the, you know, it's turning to look at me basically. But yeah, it's getting really busy here today. I think it's because Christmas shopping's coming up now. So what, beginning of November? So, well, middle of November really, aren't we? Almost nearly the middle of November now. So there's a big Santa there. So if you can see that. No, can't see it. That's because it's keeping locked on my face, which is really good. But it's also making it hard to hold the cameras. And as you can see on the Osmo Pocket here, much more tighter angle. But yeah, it is working, and I think it proves that, you know, they're both good cameras. But I think I'm slowly but surely sort of coming to realise that the Osmo 3 is probably the better of the cameras. But yeah, so, and you can switch the view on both. So I can switch it to be in front. Still got it on tilt lock. I don't know what the sound will be like here because it's very busy, but I kind of wanted to test it out without the microphone connected, because that just is a lot of hassle. But yeah, it's all looking good. We're trying to find Primark, which I think is upstairs, but is there a lift down here? Or is there a way in down here? I don't think there is. Anyway, we'll walk down here for a second. We just want to keep walking anyway. But yeah, it's working good. And yet that flipped myself back. But yeah, as you can see on the Osmo 1, I'm always kind of getting cut out a bit. And I would say that after filming pretty equally on both, we're now at sort of like nearly half battery on the Osmo 1. And on the Osmo 3 I'm at 63%. So I must have been filming for about 20-30 minutes footage, and basically the Osmo Pocket 3 is doing better on battery, which you'd expect because it's a bigger device. But there's a benefit, you know, because we did find that it used to run out. So yeah, don't know what's happened to Rachel. Oh, there she is behind me. But yeah, pretty good. Okay, so I'm back on the Osmo Pocket 1. And I've turned off tilt lock, and I'm now on the FPV setting. And this is what we mainly used, really. I think really I discovered tilt lock when I got the Osmo 3. Didn't really think about using it before. It's quite a cool feature because obviously with a gimbal that keeps everything horizontal, but the issue is that it uses face tracking at the same time. Now there might be a setting to turn that off, but I found that as we were walking around, and I'm probably not on the latest firmware. Okay, yeah, back on the Osmo 3 now, and I've got it in with face tracking enabled. I'm on roughly half what am I on? 60% battery left, so pretty good battery life, I'd say. I haven't bothered to bring out the extended battery with me, but we got the creator bundle, which has like an extended power bank that you clip onto the bottom, and that's quite cool, which is a nice little feature, but again adds to the bulk of the camera. Looks like it's raining outside, which isn't too good because this isn't a waterproof camera, but we'll find out. But yeah, so not too bad. I think the face tracking works really well in this. Don't seem to have issues with it losing me or then doing weird things because it has lost me. Yeah, it's just misty out here really. It's a very misty day. Very small amount of drizzle in the air, but mostly it's misty drizzle. But yeah, we've had a nice day. Went and got some nice food, got some clothes for a party, and now we've got to head off to Rachel's parents. This is sort of a real world, you know, this is the thing. If you're just somebody who feels like vlogging, you're going to go and get a camera. This is how it feels. This is what it's like to take it out in a normal setting. You know, will it do the job? And I think both cameras can definitely do the job. I think they're both capable cameras, so I don't think there's one. You know, you can look at the picture quality and make a decision on what you think looks best, but I wouldn't say there's particularly one that is not worth getting. I would say if your budget is the Osmo Pocket 1, don't feel bad about getting that camera. You're not going to have it. It's a really good camera. If you can afford the Osmo Pocket, you know, to stretch the Osmo Pocket 3 and you think it's worth having, then get that camera. I mean, it's definitely a bit of an upgrade on it. I think you're getting that depth of field a little bit still, like the blurry. I think that's why people didn't like the Osmo 2 very much. They didn't get as much blurry background. I think this gives more separation. I mean, I don't know. It's a little bit, yeah, I don't know whether I can like highlight that, but there's a little bit more of a blurry background. Maybe car in the background there. It's a little bit more separation going on, and you can sort of so if you go onto face auto detect, yep, so it gets me again, and yeah, you can kind of yeah, I think the blurry bokeh background is still there, which is pretty good, which is what we wanted. But yeah, thanks for watching that. Hopefully that's been useful to you. Hopefully it's given you an idea of what the two cameras can do, and which one you know, whether you feel like upgrading or whether you think it's worth getting one over the other. Hopefully it's been of use to you.